So we are here today with the coronavirus. A lot of our patients are working from home and reporting a lot of neck and back pain. So we're going to talk today about the top 4 or 5 stretches and exercises you can do to help treat your back and neck pain at home when working from home. So first we're going to clear out the cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine with the chiropractic adjustment before getting into the stretches and exercises. So let's take a look. Can you lay your face up here, please? Or face down? Quick leg check. And raise your right leg as high as you can. Then your left leg. Any back pain with that?
Oh, I did feel my sacrum
Still
pop.
sore?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to adjust the T1 and T2 first. The first 2 vertebrae in the upper thoracic spine. They tend to get very tight when we're sitting at the couch, at the computer, slouching, looking down, reading. Those muscles at the very top of your back tend to really contract when you're working from home. So we're going to go right on T2. All right, now let's lay face up, please. You kind of slept on your neck wrong the other night, right?
Yes.
All right, let's scoot up just a little bit. Just a little bit more. All right, so first we're going to go for C4, C5 down at the middle of the cervical spine. And now we want to focus on the upper cervical spine, the base of the skull where some of the muscles tend to get really tight. It's that area when you get a headache, you feel kind of that deep pressure at the back of your head. We're going to go ahead and adjust that right now. Perfect. Kind of see how some of her muscles on the front of the neck are a little constricted. We're going to show you guys how to stretch those out at home when we're finished with this. All right, now we're going to go for the upper thoracic spine, the T3 to T6 area. This is that part of the upper back where when you lean forward, you tend to get a lot of pressure. Some of the patients tend to store a lot of knots around those muscles. Those little trigger points that if you press in on them, they're really tender, they move around a little bit. This is going to help kind of get some circulation in that part of the spine. All right, we'll scoot down just a little bit here. And we'll cross here, give yourself a real big hug. Perfect, good. And now we're going to free up the lumbosacral spine. This is that part of the lower back. Tends to get really tight when we're sitting for hours on end, whether at the office or at home. We're going to clear out the lower back, the sacroiliac joints. They tend to get constricted, tight, pulled when our hamstrings and other muscles around our pelvis are contracted throughout the day at work. Let's see, can you lay here on your side, please? Face me. Now we're going to bring this top knee up. Good. Cross both arms. All right, so the paralumbars are very tight in our patient here, right around L4, L5, a little higher, L2. Good. And the other side. This leg comes up. Good. So we'll palpate the joints real quick. Good. So the sacroiliac joint on this right side, and L1 have some significant constriction. We're going to go ahead and release the joints. Very good. Good. All right, let's come on up. Okay, so we just cleared out the cervical, thoracic, and lumbopelvic spine. Now we're going to show you guys some stretches and exercises you can do at home when you're getting neck and back pain working from home. All right, so we just cleared out the cervical, thoracic, and lumbopelvic spine. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm going to try and respond, but we want to share this with as many people as possible. So one of the muscles that gets very constricted when we're working from home is called the sternocleidomastoid mastoid muscle. It's the muscle kind of in the front of the neck that kind of runs down to your collarbone here. So as we sit several hours throughout the day, it tends to contract. It's going to pull our neck joints out of alignment and cause neck pain. So a good simple stretch is we want to kind of look up, look back, turn your head to the opposite side, and then we're going to bring this arm back around, and with the hand on the same side that you're turning your head, push this shoulder down, turn a little bit more, and as you can see, these are the muscles here that kind of run up to the base of the neck all the way down around the collarbone. So we want a good stretch. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends 24 seconds. So we're going to kind of count in our head to 24 slowly. Once you do that, come back down, and let's switch sides. We're going to look over, look back. Perfect. And bring this arm around. You want to push the shoulder down as you look back. Very good. Hold. Good. And you know you're doing this right if you feel like a tug from around your collarbone going all the way up to the kind of the side and base of your neck. All right, that's a great stretch. Another stretch, the pectoral major and minor muscles get very contracted when sitting throughout the day working from home. We're going to show you a couple stretches. If you have a partner, you want to bring the hand and elbow up like this. We're going to pull. You're going to support from the scapula in the back, support the elbow in the front, and you're going to pull and stretch the pectoral muscles to a good stretch. Again, you want to hold for 24 seconds. American College of Sports Medicine recommends the optimal stretch to lengthen the muscle is 24 seconds. So we're going to hold. And release. Good. Wasn't 24 seconds, but we're just doing this for educational purposes. Then we're going to come back, opposite side. So you can get a little advanced with this too. You can stretch the sternocleidomastoid mastoid muscles and the pectorals at the same time. We'll look over to this side, look up, and come back. This is a great stretch. I wouldn't do this first. Learn to stretch them out separately. These muscles, when they get too tight and constricted, they can pinch on some of the nerves that go into the arm and hand, and a lot of times it will cause some shooting pains and numbness into the shoulder or tingling in the hands. All right, now if you're doing this from home, you can do this in a doorway if you don't have a partner. Let's come on over and we'll just show the left side here. All right, start with the left hand. You're going to come to almost like a 90 degrees and step forward just a little bit. And then kind of lean into it. Yeah. You want to make sure you feel this stretch kind of in the front of your chest muscles. You're going to feel a little pulling in your arm, but to really get the chest muscles, you want to really lean into the stretch. Let your body weight kind of pull your arm back. Good. So that's how you perform this at home if you don't have a partner. So the next exercise stretch is a hamstring muscle stretch. So we'll start here. We'll lay on your back, face up. And you're going to do this at home. If you don't have a partner, you're going to take a towel, wrap it around the knee, and have a slight bend, support the knee, and then you're going to do 3 parts of the hamstrings. These muscles, when we're sitting like this, say you're on the couch or a chair at home working, the hamstring muscle is going to contract, shorten, and that in turn is going to pull on the joints of the lumbar spine and cause some pain around the back, lower back, and the pelvic joints and muscles. So you want to have the slight bend. You're going to do 3 different stretches. Straight back. Again, we want to hold for 24 seconds. Good. Then we want to go the knee to the opposite shoulder. You're going to get the outer muscles of the hamstring muscles. And you know you're doing this right at home if your leg is shaking a little bit. That means you are stretching some of the muscles that haven't been stretched in a while. And then you want to get the inner portion of the hamstring muscles. You're going to bring the knee up to the same shoulder and out slightly. Good. Great. So that's hamstring stretches. 24 seconds. You want to perform these for 6 to 8 minutes at a time. Make sure to get both sides. And lastly, we still want to focus on a strong core. So here's a great exercise for your core. Sometimes we're sitting on the couch, we're not stabilizing, we're kind of leaning into one side and not activating our core. Our core isn't strong. You're going to tend to experience back pain at home. So we're going to bring the legs up. This is a great exercise for the core muscles. And we're going to imagine there's a volleyball, basketball around the toes, and we're going to come up in a crunch. Good. Support the neck. Perfect. Come up a little bit, and we're going to go around the ball with the toes. Around the ball with the toes. You're going to engage your core, tummy sucked in, belly button towards the spine, squeeze from the sides while bringing your toes around the imaginary ball in between your feet. Very good. You're going to feel, if you do this for a couple minutes at first, you're really going to feel a good workout on your abs and your transverse abdominal muscles, our body's natural corset that kind of stabilizes the lumbar spine. Excellent exercise for if you suffer from lower back pain or if you have a weak core. All right, so we also want to focus on the upper back muscles. These are the muscles that when we're working from home, we tend to slouch and lean forward a little bit. We're going to be in this position. So if we can activate, tighten, and strengthen the muscles in the paraspinal upper back, thoracic spine, that's going to help pull everything back, correct our posture, bring the head and neck back, and bring down neck and upper back pain when working from home. So what we want to do is pick one of these bands up at Well, online right now, Amazon, or if you have, a lot of patients have these at home from prior injuries. We're going to take it in both hands. Good. I want to first focus on our posture. We're going to squeeze the belly button in towards the spine, activate the core. Everything's nice and straight. Then we're going to simply pull back, squeeze the muscles in between the shoulder blades, and back down. Good. Perfect. Back, squeeze. Good. You can almost see some of these muscles contracting. These are the muscles that hold our shoulders back, hold our head and neck back, and combat poor posture. And a lot of people, you're going to have a tendency to want to kind of, if you're suffering from poor posture, dip your head forward, looking down. You want to make sure, keep your chin high, shoulders back. Try not to dip your head as you're going down. And this is another excellent exercise for upper back and neck pain when you're working from home.